Ant-Man and the Wasp is Marvel Studios' 20th film in their Marvel Cinematic Universe, and one would think by now that their films would be grown old, but that is far from the truth. Ant-Man and the Wasp has a lot to deal with. It's Marvel's first film after Avengers Infinity War, as well as being a sequel to a very surprise hit of 2015. The movie itself takes place 2 years after the events of Captain America's Civil War. For those playing along the timeline game, that's around the same time or just before Infinity War, and we'll get to Infinity War a little later on in this review. Plot sees Paul Rudd Scott Lang under house arrest thanks to his involvement in the hero Civil War in Germany. Only days away from freedom, Scott is pulled back into the lives of the now fugitive Hank Pym and Hope Van Dyne thanks to his until now unknown connection to Janet Van Dyne, who when Scott was shrunk into the quantum realm while fighting Yellow Jackets, helped save him and install a message into his brain, which was activated when Hope and Hank try and breach said realm to rescue her. Thanks to their search, the movie's quote-unquote villain is alerted, Hannah John Kamen's Ava Starr, aka Ghost, who thanks to her parents' involvements with Pym and his technology, she was left in a constant state of painful phasing, and she wants the device Hank has to reach Janet in order to siphon off her quantum energies to heal herself. Along for the ride is Michelle Pfeiffer as Janet Van Dyne, Walton Goggins chewing up the scenery as the minor comic villain Sonny Birch, Lawrence Fishburne as Bill Foster, who comic fans may know as Goliath. Michael Pena returns as the fast-talking Luis, now owner of a security consultant business, and Abby Ryder Fortson is back as Cassie Lang, Scott's lovable daughter. The movie plays out quite differently to how the trailers showcase it, with Ghost not really being a villain, at least not in the same vein as your traditional comic book movie villain like past MCU movies have had. She just wants to find herself a cure, and thanks to her SHIELD assassin training, she'll go to any lengths to get it. Sonny Birch was also a great second tier villain, and it's great seeing Hope and the others' reactions to whenever he just kind of shows up at the scene, since they are so sick of him and wonder how he's so tenacious. Scott is also torn between staying with his family and being there for his daughter and the new job he has lined up, but also kind of wanting to help Hank and Hope and become Ant-Man again to rescue Janet, since that seems to be the only thing he's quite good at. Speaking of Janet, I'm kind of disappointed she wasn't in the movie all that much, and when she is, she doesn't really do much, since by the time she's actually there with our characters, it's kind of the end of the movie. I did like the humorous parts though, where she spoke to her family through Scott, kind of possessing him and helping them in their research. The comedy of the film was rather great as well. This time around they got even a few laughs out of Scott's size regulator malfunctioning, leading to him either becoming as tall as buildings or even kid size, which they used to really great effect. Randall Park's Jimmy Woo also gets quite a few laughs, and I hope we see that character again since he's kind of a mainstay in the comics. Evangeline Lilly finally suits up this time as the Wasp, and it's really quite awesome since she kind of proves to her father that maybe she should have been doing this from the beginning, and quite a few of the action scenes are all kind of based around her and what she can do, since she kind of carried the team in that regard. Scott's scenes with Cassie were really quite heartwarming as well, and Marvel are definitely setting her up to be a future hero either in the next Ant-Man film or as Stature in a Young Avengers film, and I couldn't be more excited. I do hope, however, they wait for the current actress to grow into that role and use her, since she has really great chemistry with Paul Rudd. The movie as a whole is kind of separated from everything else in the MCU. It's a follow-up on Scott's life post-Civil War, but that's about it, not even really connecting to Infinity War, save for a post-credit scene where not only Hank but Hope and Janet become victims of Thanos' snap. This leads to Ant-Man getting stuck in the quantum realm, and maybe if Janet's dialogue is any indication, might lead to some time travel shenanigans. Ant-Man and the Wasp was a lot of fun and it had a lot of heart. It's still kind of crazy to think that a movie about a guy who can shrink and talk with ants is able to be sold to audiences this well, and this sequel is no different. The only real complaint I have was I wish we got to see more Janet and maybe more quantum realm exploration, since that was a lot of fun in this film. I'm going to give Ant-Man and the Wasp an 8.5 out of 10.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching my newest video. If you enjoyed it, you might also like to check out my other reviews here on my channel. You can also follow me on various social media platforms like Twitter by searching Matt_FOS, or even join the Comic Multiverse Discord server and chat with other comic book fans, including myself and Joel from Cape Joel. Want cheap comics and trades? Head over to the book depository with the link in the description to get the cheapest trades and comics around, along with free shipping anywhere in the world. Until next time, this has been Matt of the Fortress of Solitude. Thank you so much for watching.